morning friends, welcome to Sharekhan pre-market view. Indian markets yesterday had a very range-bound kind of a session and finally managed to close in the positive territory with Sensex closing up by 63 points, whereas Nifty was about by close to 20 points. However, if you look at the US market yesterday night, they had a very horrific kind of a session with Dow going down by about 130 points. Nasdaq had a crack and closed down by about 57 points. Even the S&P had a very sharp fall by 17 points. Now this was after AIG, which gave a very disappointing set of numbers, which had a rub-off effect on the entire financial sector out there, and the stocks cracked there. And also Twitter, which tumbled by close to more than 18% after the expiration of the lockup period of 6 months, which released about 82% of the company's equity. So this effect is carried on the Asian markets today. We had Nikkei, which is opening up after a 2-day holiday, and Hang Seng after a 1-day holiday, and most of the Asian market is deep into the red. Nikkei is down by about 2 percentage points, whereas Hang Seng is down by about 1%. Even Shanghai is down. Singapore Nifty is indicating a flat opening, very flat. We are down by about close to 1 point at this point in time. If you look at the flows, FIs were subdued yesterday. They had marginal buying in cash market by about 45 crores, whereas DIs were seller up by about 55 crore in the cash market, whereas FIs continued to be seller for 8 consecutive session in the index future, selling close to 444 crores in the index future. Now to have an in-depth view on how Nifty is placed from here, let me have Sadhana.
Good morning friends, let's have a view on derivatives. In yesterday's trading session, we have seen that after a positive start, markets resumed their southward journey and continued to trade with negative bias, but with tight range of 20 to 30 points, and finally snapped the session with a marginal gain of 0.17%. And from second day in a row, we are seeing that profits have taken away by market participants. In yesterday's trading session, around 2.36 lakh shares were reduced in open interest, and Nifty futures price increased by approximately 11 rupees. On the other hand, we have seen that Nifty futures premium decreased from 36 points to 32 odd levels, and cost of carry also decreased by approximately 10%. On the options front, we have seen that PCR is decreasing from 0.92 to 0.91, which is clearly saying that call option has added good number of shares than put option. If we see 7,100 strike price stands with highest number of shares in open interest and in percentage terms, and we have seen that unwinding activity taking place in 6,800 and 7,000 call option. But on the put strike of 6,400 has seen continuous additions in open interest, but as of now 6,500 stands with highest number of shares in open interest. As of now 43 lakh shares are available in open interest. There is one security in bank liquidity, which is Reliance Capital, and FIs were net sellers in yesterday's trading session. From second day in a row, FIs have become on sell mode. From 2 days they are on sell mode. And our 5 days VWAP is 6750, lower range for the market would be 6650 and higher range would be 6800. And Singapore Nifty is trading at flat today, which is at 6744, and all US markets close in negative, all Asian markets are trading in negative, so we may see marginal negative start in Indian markets also. That's it from derivatives. Thank you.
Let's look at some of the actionable ideas that we have for the day. The first idea is long CESE. Mr. Goenka, which is the new head of Spencer, has indicated that Spencer would break even at EBITDA level in the next couple of quarters. Now this is a very positive trigger for CESE, which is the parent company of Spencer. So one can long CESE with stop loss of 443 for potential target of 465 and above that at 474. Now Gujarat Pipavav Port yesterday announced its results. Results were very good. The net revenue grew by about 26%, whereas the PAT grew by 2 times at 71 crores. Also, there was a tremendous margin improvement by 13% on the operating level. So one can long Gujarat Pipavav with stop loss of about 88 for potential target of 94. So friends, Clariant Chemical had announced a disappointing set of numbers yesterday. The revenue went down by about 39% YOY for the Q1, which stood at 151 million rupees. Further, in the AGM yesterday, the company did not address to queries of few of the well-known fund managers and was not transparent in its reply. So one can short Clariant with stop loss of 709 for potential target of 674 and below that at 659. Now coming to watch list stocks with positive bias, we have Canara Bank and JSPL, whereas on the negative side we have HDFC Limited and Z Entertainment. One can short the stocks with stop loss about 2 and 2.5%. Also, likely results today, we have Lupin, which is going to announce its numbers. The estimate is 505 crore rupees. Allahabad Bank, wherein the estimate is 333 crore rupees. We have GE Shipping, where estimate is 107 crore rupees, whereas Syndicate Bank, wherein estimate is 465 crore on the PAT level. Also, new guidelines were announced by FMC. Now, as per the new guidelines, individuals cannot hold more than 5% in a commodity exchange. Under the earlier norms, individuals were allowed to hold up to 24%. Now, even foreign investors are not allowed to hold more than 5%. So, these are few norms actually which would drive any further de-drive any further sales in the commodity exchange at a higher level. Only an agreed existing commodity exchange, a depository, a banking company and an insurance company and a public financial institution is allowed to hold anywhere between 5 to 15% in a commodity exchange. Now Berger Paint yesterday had done a price hike on the decorative paint segment. This is to pass on the increase in the raw material cost, especially the monomer prices have gone up very fast because there is a plant shut down by one of the suppliers. So the price hike was done. Also, medical device manufacturer Opto Circuit, which is facing working capital problems and pressure, is looking to raise debt by about 1500 crore rupees. This fresh funds would be used to meet its own working capital requirement. Also, JSPL, as per media sources, is close to acquiring an iron ore mine having a reserve of at least 1 billion ton in West Africa. Now, this iron ore will be used to meet the requirement of its own plant in Oman, and whatever additional reserve they may have, they may sell it in the open market. As per media sources, the deal is likely to be closed anywhere between July to September period. That's it, friends. We have today. Thank you.